So hey, I'm Brian Killen, I'm with ShareIQ, and I'm the founder. We're about a 4-year-old Berlin-based startup. We've got offices in New York City as well. And today we're going to talk about visual content, brand-specific visual content. You know, one of the biggest changes in the world today for brands are things like influencer marketing, Pinterest, Tumblr, Instagram. All of these platforms are growing very quickly. And we're the only platform in the world that can actually measure and optimize and extract value from brands' visual assets across our media. Quite a bit of technology. We've got about 3.5 years and about $6 million invested into this platform today. And why is earned media so important today, right? One thing you're really seeing is a major change is that consumers are not only buying differently. You can see retail stores aren't performing in store like they used to. People like Amazon are taking them over. But it's also the discovery process has changed dramatically in terms of how people discover what they want to buy. People aren't going into malls anymore, right? That process has changed, and with that, the images are actually the new medium that brands are actually, or consumers are actually using to describe. And one of the big, proof points around this idea is that P&G is throwing more and more money at digital advertising every single day, more than any other brand in growing markets, and they're actually losing market shares to companies that have very small marketing budgets. So if digital advertising was working really, really well, then these brands would clearly still be performing, because I don't think the P&G products are so substandard that they're losing ground at this rate. And so as a company, we actually went off, and just as another proof point, we actually did an analysis on the top 10 fast fashion brands. We downloaded and processed 4 million pieces of brand content from the top 10 companies. And what we found is that H&M, Topshop, Forever 21, and Zara are absolutely killing it within our media. Their Instagram accounts are going crazy. People are sharing and consuming content on Pinterest. And if you look at the traditional players that are typically in digital advertising land, American Apparel, Gap, Mango, these people are almost non-present. And if you actually line up the financial results for these two categories, you're actually going to see that the people that are actually winning in the earned media, the shared content, because this is where people are discovering what they want to buy. And we measure and optimize that for brands. So we've got a complete set of tools that have the ability to measure or ingest all of the brand's content, your competitors' content. We can actually tell you what content is performing, who actually interacts with that content, where that content is originating from, the big brand advocates. We can measure influencer campaigns like no one else, right down to the impression across all major social platforms, as well as blog and publisher sites. And we also have the ability to take those consumers that posted your content on their Pinterest page and retarget them anywhere on the web with digital advertising. So we're essentially turning our platform into a way that you can actually compile a bunch of images from your brand catalog from a campaign, and then retarget everybody that viewed the content and actually shared the content across the web. So as an example, Diageo uses cocktail recipes as a way to actually sell their alcohol. Because you don't typically just have a bottle of alcohol. It's usually recipes and occasions, 4th of July, Thanksgiving, Christmas. What are we going to have when the guests come over? Diageo is heavily focused on pushing that kind of content. For Diageo, we actually spend the time and tell them what content is going to trend for Thanksgiving. We gather audiences of people that have been interacting and sharing alcohol-based content, specifically around vodka or bourbon or other types of brands or their specific content, and actually allow them to retarget those people and drive more earned media value across the web. Customers like Tommy Hilfiger use our product to identify who their customers actually are. We actually have the ability to come in, pull all their content, give them full consumer data reports about who's actually sharing, where they're sharing, who the big advocates are, and then retarget for the next campaign. So we're a big retargeting solution. So as a company, our customers are people like Victoria's Secret, Kenneth Cole, Diageo, Nestle. We launched the product after about 3 years of development. We've processed over 1 trillion images. We've got a massive data center data process, and our revenues are about 150,000 a month right now, and we're continuing to see that grow. We only launched in July of this year, so 75,000 September, 150,000 this month, or last month. This month looks fantastic, so the growth is going very, very fast, and we're picking up some of the biggest brands in the world. And I'll see you at lunch.